Alright everyone, and welcome to another week of League Racing highlights. And yeah, the timestamps are in the description below as always. But yeah, first up then, a new season begins. In former Xbox, we are now in Season 7 of this league, and yep, the traditional season opener, the Australian Grand Prix, is where we begin then. So yep, we are staying at Ferrari then for this season, and we have got a new teammate with us then, and that is Azar Reactions. So yep, gonna have quite a bit of competition in the team, although maybe not, because I think he's probably going to be ahead of us a lot of the time. And yeah, we'll see how we do this season. I do feel that last season kind of got away from me very early on, so we had a decent start, and then once we lost the championship lead, yeah, it just got away from us from there on, as that was a nice little lag thingy that happened there, as we were behind, what's his name, Warrior, what was that, Warrior or Monster? I can't remember. There's like a few of them that I always forget their names. It's Warrior, I think, that one in the Sauber there. And I don't even think that was his car. I'm pretty sure he retired at the start of my lap, and his car carried on around the track, so that was stupid. But yeah, we're going to cross the line then, having had that lap pretty much ruined, and it is 11th place for us on the grid, with Azar on pole then, and Danny in second, and Payne in third. No RBZ on the grid this season, so yep, we could see a new champion, or at least, well, yeah, we won't see a consecutive one, because we do have Season 5 champion Luke on the grid. As you see, light rain for the start of this race as the lights are coming on, and the 7th season of former Xbox is underway, and it looks like there's a bit of a lag start there because some cars very slow away. Luckily we were one of the ones that seemed to be quick off the line, and we're on the outside for turn 1, and as Cushion has braked very late there, and sort of managed to get slowed down as Danny has slid off the track there. He was on the front row of the grid, I believe, and we certainly ran into the back of Cushion there as he was going slowly, but the virtual safety car is now out, and less than half a lap later it has ended again, and once the safety car is ending, you can go. So we are going, but I don't think Cushion knew that, and me and Nora have gone into the back of him, and that has hurt us both badly there. I've got front wing damage, I'm assuming Nora probably does as well there, and we both spun out, and we're down to 16th place already then, as we've actually got Luke out of the race then, it looks like, parked there at the side of the track on the exit of turn 12. So yep, a very eventful start to the season as Drastic Midget is now off the road as well, and Luke has left the session, I believe. I think Maestro, it says there, is gone as well. So a chaotic opening lap to this season then, and yeah, certainly yeah, the rain playing a part, but yeah, the connection issue once again, I think, already sort of rearing their ugly head, as we've actually lost Azar from the race as well. A car that an AI car that made it to the grid when someone disconnected after qualifying was in the middle of the track, and he collected it. So what a great game, as we're lining up so lane then towards turn 3, and we're now into 12th place suddenly then. So through we go then, and yeah, so it's up to us then to win some points for Ferrari today, as we see a bit of a battle going on ahead as Prototype Budgie runs wide, and that is a nice easy part for us then, as Clayton Liam is now at the race as well then. So they're dropping like flies in this one, as we're behind Elusive Kev now then, but we outbrake ourselves into turn 3, and we slam into the side of him, and that was completely our fault there. So yep, spun ourselves down to 13th place then, as we were trying to get back into the points there, and yep, a big mistake on our part. And yeah, this season has not started very well for us then, only 13th at this point, but Prototype Budgie looks like he's struggling even more than us at this point, and yeah, he is all over the place there, and that has allowed us to once again retake that position then, up into 12th position, as yeah, we're now close to the back of Sir Lane, and yeah, Kazia track is very much drying at this point. The rain has stopped, and I think somebody might already be in the pits then for dry tyres, and in fact I think we just began that suggested strategy as we pass the pit lane there, as we now line up Sir Lane, but that is a bit disappointing then, because we could have probably pitted there, and it would have been just about alright for us to go on to dry tyres. So we do come into the pits and we decide to go for super soft rather than the suggested soft tyres, because I do think that, 2 more stops, we can do super soft and then medium rather than soft and medium. This is I think should be a fresh set of super soft, seeing as we qualified outside the top 10, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we would add a fresh set either way. So yeah, out of the pits we come then, and yeah, these should last us long enough to go on to mediums at our next stop and go to the end of the race then. So out of the pits we come in 12th position then, still outside the points in this one unfortunately, but a long way to go now, and maybe a little bit better condition for us now that it's dry, as we do close up to the back now than a monster, and he was on the medium tyres, we're on the super soft. So yeah, that's why we got such a great run on him out of turn 2, like pretty much while we were still turning out the corner, and yeah, we were through by the time we got to turn 3. Onto the back of elusive Kev now then, and the positions are messing up at this point, and now he's suddenly lagging, so is Drastic Midget, and I have no idea what's going on here, but yeah, we are into now 77th place, and Midget has ended up somewhere behind us. We're now back down to 8th again, and yep, Kev and Midget are both behind us somehow. So yeah, this has turned into a fantastic race so far, but yeah, into the pits we come then for what will be our final stop of the race then, onto the medium tyres, and yeah, as I say, these will take us until the end of the race, and yep, got as much life as we could out of the super softs, and yeah, I do feel that that was better than going on to the soft tyres. Obviously down in 12th position, we had to just try and push as much as we could in this one to try and recover it, and yeah, we were joining just behind Perez, who we were closing up to the back of, but he did pit a lap earlier than me, so yeah, that did help him out there probably a bit, but we do have a lap fresher tyres now then, so we can close up to the back of him now. We've got the DRS now, so yeah, in the slipstream we're going to pull out to the right hand side and into turn 1. We should get this one done on the brakes, and that is exactly what we do. But yeah, unfortunately as we come around this corner, the DRS breaks, so I don't get the defence I would have liked towards turn 3, so now he's going to line me up here, and we cover the inside line though, so yeah, we managed to hold on to that position, and we are now in 9th position then. We have someone else pit there, in fact we have another 2 after that as well, so that actually puts us up into P6 at this point in the race, and I do believe K Gibbs is going to come in a few laps as well for the super softs. In fact, there he goes, so we are now in 5th place then with 2 laps to go, and yeah, those guys who pitted later are now closing up to the back of us then, Vapicu all over the back of us as we head round turn 2, and we've been blown up by lag once again. We're into the wall and out of the race after recovering all the way to 5th in that one. My word, this is just, I'm losing count honestly, and I can actually tell you that with all the lag issues in this race, this one only counted for half points, and we did redo this one again, so you'll be seeing Australia again next week for Formula Xbox. So yeah, Casey Ledden took the win then, and obviously not his fault that everything went wrong, but yeah, sadly he only gets 12.5 points then for that race win. But yeah, the championship standings are basically the results then from this race, but everyone with half the points basically. So yeah, no points on the board for us then from the sort of first race, unfortunately. But yeah, that is it then for this week's on Xbox. And as one season begins, another one comes to an end. That is kind of the wrong way around, but yeah, that is how it is then with the Apollo League now. Then we're on to the final 2 races of the season, and yep, here we are then at the Japanese Grand Prix, pushed back to a bit later on in the season, along with Brazil next. So it is kind of like well, the calendar would have probably been like about I don't know, 8 or 10 years ago, I guess, when Japan and Brazil were right near the end of the season, like before it became Abu Dhabi. But yeah, here we are then, and track that I do enjoy, but yeah, you can see it's actually one-shot qualifying for this one, because I think the lobby settings were actually incorrect the first time we tried this, and that meant that Brandon couldn't rejoin after he disconnected, so we restarted the lobby to make sure the settings were correct. Also allowed James, who was actually late to this one, to join. And yeah, we've got to try and get the best results possible here, but realistically at this point the championship is looking quite bleak for us. But 28 points behind then with only these 2 races to go. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult for us. We're certainly the outsider in this one, and I think maybe because of that the pressure is off us a little bit. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Really, it's out of our hands, so I guess in some ways we can just enjoy these 2 races really, and not really worry about what else happens, because either way it's sort of out of our hands what happens in this championship now. But yeah, Japan, as I say, is a track that I do enjoy, and yeah, we're actually not doing too bad here in these intermediate conditions. It's the one of the few tracks I do actually enjoy in these sort of conditions really, as round the final corner then we go. And these are reactions then. Championship leader who took pole position. Actually, I'm not sure if he is championship leader, never mind. You can always say that. I'm pretty sure James is still leading the way here. And we go second on the grid then in this one. So that was a pretty good qualifying then. Front row of the grid, right sort of behind him then. And yeah, the lights are coming on now. And away we go in Japan. And it looks like a pretty big lag start there for Frozen Gamer, unless he jumped the start. But either way, he has rocketed into the lead of the race then, as we were very cautious there into turn 1. That's allowed Sinan to come around our outside there, but we do maintain the inside line for turn 2, but that is not enough there, and yeah, we lose the place to him. But he actually then runs wide in the right-hander there, and that allows us to retake the position. And in fact, he's lost a couple of positions there. Looks like to at least Jack's bar and maybe someone else behind him, I'm not sure. But yeah, lost the position there unfortunately, but nothing we could have really done about that one. And yeah, you can see by the end of the lap Azar had taken that place back off of Frozen, and I knew that I'd get past him pretty quickly as well here, because the race win and any chance of the championship was sort of resting on me being able to stay with Azar and actually beat him here in this one. So yeah, we managed to get at the inside then of Frozen into the first corner, and through we go then into second position now then. So yeah, we'll see if we can now hang on to Azar. I can tell you, that sounded like too arrogant here. It did seem that me and Joe were sort of in a class war room really in this race. We were sort of running away at the front, sort of no one seemed to be really challenging us in this race. And yeah, what was interesting about this one actually was that neither of us actually came in for a pit stop in this race, and yeah, well, I think sort of the pressure I was putting on him, like he didn't really want to like sort of risk pitting, because I think my tyres were just about good enough here to like carry me through to the end of the race, and with the lead that I had over like everyone else behind, it wasn't really much point in me pitting. As yeah, we line up into turn 1, and inside there in turn 1 we managed to maintain that inside line for turn 2, keep it nice and calm there, and we take the lead then for the time being. Let's see if we can actually now pull away, or at least just hold on to this lead. And in fact we do hold on to it then until the final lap of the race then, where it's still going right down to it then. Our tyres are getting pretty worn. I think his were more worn than mine though, so we do have that going for us then, as we go defensive into turn 1 there, seeing him get the good run on us. And once again we just keep it nice and calm, stay on the inside line there, and he does run a bit too wide, and that allows us to maintain the lead then for the time being. But this is going to be a very, very tense final lap of the race, because yeah, well, we don't know what's going to happen with Joe's tyres. I think he was getting close to sort of puncture range here, but obviously he is a lot quicker than me, I think. Most of the time he is anyway, but yeah, as I say, Japan is a track I do enjoy, and yeah, even in these conditions it is one that I tend to enjoy driving around. So we'll see if we can hold on then. We've got about half a lap to go here, and yeah, I can't actually remember if he was the championship leader or not. It was either him or James, but yeah, that I think it was James, but I think that we pretty much still had to win this one anyway. Like if we lost to Azar here, then that would mean that the championship would definitely be over for us. So yeah, sort of any last hope we have of the championship now is sort of resting on us staying ahead for this final well, he's final few corners now then, as we didn't get the best run out of Spoon unfortunately, so that does mean he's going to get a good run this end towards 130R. We defend the inside line here then. Surely he's not going to try and do a Fernando Alonso from 05. He's going to go for it, but he runs that onto the AstroTurf. That was giving us a nice bit of an advantage there, but we've been very cautious down into the brakes, into the chicane there. That's allowed him to close right back up, get a very good run us out of the chicane, and we're now under pressure to the line. We have a bit of a staff oversteer, but it looks like we've just about maintained it as he spins off into the wall and also gets himself a 10-second penalty there, but it didn't affect the results. But look at that, 600ths of a second is the gap then at the end, as the penalty was taken off because obviously it wasn't deserved. And yeah, look at that, an 18 seconds clear of the next car. So yeah, we were come to be quickest here, and I do feel that that was one of like the best wins I've had probably ever, maybe, because of how quick Joe is and the fact that we managed to sort of take the fight to him and beat him in a straight battle here. As we now move on then to the final round of the season, and there are 4 drivers separated by 19 points. We are that driver in 4th place, 19 points behind. And yep, it's down then to Azar, James F1, Sinan, who hasn't even won a race yet this season, with his consistency is still in it, and us. And our final qualifying lap of the season then puts us 6th on the grid, so not what we really want. We need to win this race. I'm pretty sure that would guarantee we beat Sinan, and we have to hope that things do not go too well here for Joe and James, who are only 1 point apart in the championship, and they both decided not to qualify for this one, so a huge gamble from them. We'll see what happens then. The lights are coming on now, and away we go then for the final time in season 2. And it looks like Calendar at the front has got himself away well. Jack on the inside was trying to go side by side there, it looks like, but yeah, it looks like Calendar's held lead, and in fact Brandon has managed to pass him. We managed to maintain our 6th position for the time being, as there was a nice big slipstream here going, and then between sort of the front 7 or 8 maybe in this one, as James already looks like he's got himself up to about 8th there, looks like in the mirrors, as getting side by side up at the front between CK and Brandon there, as Frozen tries to run the outside of Sinan, and in fact Azar is out of the race and he's had a collision with elusive Kev, and that massive gamble there just to have a bit of fun to battle for the championship. It did seem like an unnecessary gamble, and it has not paid off, as we've got cars ghosting run by in each other everywhere. Don't know what that was all about. It reminded me of that BBC F1 intro that they had from like 2009, where all the cars merged together. But yeah, on to lap 2 then. It's still very close here between the top 6 and pretty much like a lot of this remaining pack, actually, like the top 8 or 9 that was still in it. It was very close here then, as everyone was sort of battling at the front, and that was just allowing everyone to stick together really, as we managed to pass Jack there into the turn 5 or 6 there. And a bit of a snap of oversteer, but we have maintained that position for the time being. And remember, we do have to win this race to have any chance of taking the title here, I believe. And yeah, we lined up Sinan there, one of our title rivals, into the first corner, but he does manage to defend it and stayed on the inside. Gets a better drive actually out of turn 2, and that allows him to stay ahead for the time being. But we do have DRS now then. He goes right over to the inside line there. We've got Jack trying to pass as well then. We're going to go 3 wide nearly. Jack does a sensible thing there and backs out of it, and we actually managed to, well, stay side by side there with Sinan, and yeah, we're going to have the inside line, but he manages to break later than us on the outside and defend the position for now then. But then he actually runs wide, so that allows us to get again up the inside, but he's still defending it as we're going around the left-hander then on the outside now. But yeah, he still manages to hang on to that position for the time being, as we actually tag the back in there. Luckily no damage though. And yeah, what a great battle this is then. This final race of the season, we really need to be getting up with that front 3 there if we're going to have any chance. But as you see behind us then, James is up into 6th already, and so yeah, if he stays there then yeah, that is championship him basically then, because his closest rival Azar is out of the race. So yeah, we line up once again now then with DRS this time, and actually bang wheels there slightly as he was defending and I was trying to go around the outside, and we sort of met in the middle there, and certainly lost us more momentum than it did him, it looks like. And Alex has gone through now, bit of lag, not what anyone needs. And yeah, it looks like James actually lost a few places there in that, not really sure what happened, but our teammate is having a look at us now then as we break on the grass, which is never a good idea. and Jack Sparr is back up into a certain position and having run wide on the previous lap, I believe. And yeah, Sian actually bails out on lap 4, so that's very early for him. Someone else does up ahead as well. I think it was Brandon there, I'm not sure. It's a bit side by side with Alex into turn 1. And well, I'm losing my voice already in this one because yeah, just so much overtaking going on as we go back around the outside in turn 3, and Jack Sparr's there now as well. So yeah, third place for the time being then, because some people have already pitted, and yeah, we're holding on to it for the time being as they will continue their battle behind us. On to the next lap then, and someone else is pitting now, and so this is the battle for second place as Jack goes up the inside of us there and takes second position, but we get a good run now out of turn 5 up towards turn 6 now then, and we're going to try and go around the outside, and it looks like we actually have managed to just about do it then. He's going to try and hang on there on the inside, and yeah, we managed to just about, I think, hold on to second place for the time being then, and yeah, that is good for us then at this point. But certainly what this battling is certainly hurting us in terms of those who pitted earlier and got themselves some free track. Incredibly, over a lap went by without any overtakes happening, certainly for us anyway, as we pit for the medium tyres then, not the hards, which is what most people did, as we lose out to Jack there in the pits, which is unfortunate. And yeah, hard tyres guaranteed pretty much everyone to the end of the race, but considering I stayed out a few laps longer, I do believe that the mediums will take us to the end now. But unfortunately, those few laps of an undercut has really allowed that front group to pull away quite a bit now, so it's going to be tough for us to catch back up to them at this point. But yeah, with all the battling going on, I don't think it would have happened much anyway. So yeah, we close it to the back of Jack Sparr then. It does look like my mediums are quicker than the hard tyres. The hards will probably be a lot more durable though later on, so he may come back to us later on in this race, but for the time being we need to try and pass him and get away if we can. We do overtake in there, but now onto lap 14 where as I say, hard tyres are going to come back to them. But yeah, we were up to 4th then once all the pit stops were shaken out, and we were catching back up actually, but Jack very quick in this race, and yeah, he retakes 4th position from us then as James is on to the soft tyres behind us then. The champion to be, it looks like. Yeah, he's in a comfortable and very lonely 6th position there, but it's all he needs in this one, because yeah, even a win for me or Sinan at this point wouldn't wrap up the title for us then, as we once again side by side then with Jack on the outside towards turn 6. Can we run the outside again? Looks like we are actually just about, and through we go into 4th position once again, and we are not going to give this place up without a fight. Even though it looks like the championship is over for us, we want to have another good race really, because we had a fantastic one in Japan just now. So yeah, he lines up then before, tries to go around the outside in turn 1 on lap 16. Man, I'm really losing my voice at this point, because this has certainly been an eventful couple of races here. But yeah, he passes on the inside then towards turn 4. We try and run around the outside. It looks like we've done it. He may go running so through turn 5 and up the hill, but it doesn't look like he has, and we maintain a position for now. As we now begin the final lap of the season, and yeah, he once again tries to go around the outside as we defend the inside line, and we managed to hold on to the position for the time being. He probably has one big shot left of it now then to try and pass us, and that is here into turn 4, and he's got a very good run here with DRS. He's up the inside. We're going to try and run it around the outside once again to defend. That is exactly what we've done, but we're still side by side, and he may try and pass us up towards turn 6 here, but no, he's not close enough to do so, and we maintain 4th place then, and it does look like that is where we're going to finish now then. So CK wins the race, and we had to win this race if we were going to win the championship, so sadly it's not going to happen for us. But 4th place and 2 very good races to round out the season. I can't complain too much, because I do think that they were 2 fantastic races. I think Japan, as I say, was probably one of my best wins in like the least arrogant way possible. I do think that, but sadly I didn't actually have the final standings, but I can tell you that James won it. I'm not sure how many points we were behind. I think only about 8 in the end maybe, because we closed up to the term obviously in those 2 races here tonight. We were 3rd, so it was very close all the way to the end of this one, and I do feel that I could have won this one. I do feel like I did enough to, but things didn't go my way, but I think a few people could probably say that as well. So yeah, that then is it for this season of Apollo. You'll be seeing that back again in a few weeks time, I guess. And yeah, now on to the final race for today. And that race is everyone's favourite, the Monaco Grand Prix. It is the F1 League Season 5, Round 6. And yep, certainly my favourite track maybe, certainly on this game. And one that I certainly came into this one feeling that I had a very good chance at both pole and the win, which is not something I would often say, especially not pole position. But yeah, obviously this track does favour the wheel a little bit more, but this one like is one that, like, even more so for me, is like one that I really enjoy driving around. Once you get into the rhythm of it, as I've said, I feel like I've said this like loads of times, but like if you get into good rhythm around this track, it is so much fun to drive, I think. And yeah, just to show you how far behind I am on uploads, this race was actually held on March 22nd, which was actually my birthday. So yeah, I was actually here on my birthday racing this one. So yeah, I was trying to get a good result for that, obviously, and we'll see what happens. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to make this one, obviously, because of that, but luckily I did. So yeah, we come to the line then. It's a 12.4, and it is pole position for us then, right at the end of the session, taking it off of Casey Legend there, who was our closest threat there. And our teammate Maestro was 3rd, so good qualifying for the team there then. As yeah, I'm not sure where Razor was there, but he was a long way down, it looks like. And as you can see, rain is forecast for about halfway through this race, and it is going to get very heavy at one point, like in China. So yeah, it looks like we'll be struggling around on inters once again for a few laps, like in that race. But very difficult to pass here then. We're in pole position, the lights are coming on now, and we are away in Monaco, and we get a very good start there, I think. And towards turn 1 we get that right, and yeah, probably the hardest bit for this first part of the race is out of the way. Then we've managed to hold the lead for the time being, and now we've just got to make sure we do not crack under pressure and allow anyone to get close enough to, you know, lunge at us on the brakes. And that is what we managed to do in this first stint. We managed to pace ourselves, get a nice little gap there going. Maestro got himself up into 2nd, so it was looking very good for the team at this point. Then we had a 5-second lead as Hamilton Fan has crashed out of the race and nearly a lap behind, it looks like. And the safety car is deployed then, and rain was very close to coming down at this point. And in fact, by the end of the lap, I do think it has started to rain, and it has. So we come into the pits at this point, and for the intermediate tyres, which obviously probably a bit early at this point. So yeah, obviously in all racing conditions you wouldn't pit at this point, but obviously with the safety car coming out now, we don't really want to be, you know, waiting for a few laps and then, you know, one to the back of the queue. So sort of everyone had to come at this point for the intermediate tyres, even though it was too early. And yeah, just hope it was wet enough once the safety car came in. And yeah, luckily that was the case then, as we lead the field away then. With 20 laps to go, it's probably going to be a very long 20 laps here then, as we luckily know where to brake in these conditions for turn 1. And yeah, we lead the field then. About 10 laps later then, and heavy rain was now falling, and kind of like Monaco 2012 in real life actually, things started to bunch up again quite a bit, as obviously we were the lead car and we were sort of the first one to sort of encounter, you know, certain corners around the track. And yeah, certainly very tough to sort of make sure you don't make a mistake in this one, but luckily that heavy rain didn't last long, as was forecast. And yeah, we managed to keep concentration then for 39 laps, luckily. And credit to Casey Legend, who was our closest threat for most of the race, and certainly meant that I had to be 100% for all of these laps. But it is pole position and the win at Monaco, having led every single lap. So yeah, that was a very I was very happy with that one, as Casey took second place and Azar took third, and finally something went well for me this season. It really has not been a good one. Sadly, I don't know what the standings were for this race. I never got them, unfortunately. But yeah, that does put us up quite a few places. I think we were down like 13th, and that put us straight up to 6th, I think. So yeah, that was very good for us there then. And yeah, certainly a very good birthday present for us way back in March when this race actually happened. So yeah, sorry this has taken so long to upload. But yeah, certainly some very interesting races in this one. Two, I think, very good wins for me. We lost the championship. We had an absolute disaster of a race in former Xbox, but yeah, this was certainly a very interesting week of league races. So if you did enjoy this one, leave a like, also let me know what you thought down below. I should see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.